We have a drop pod. We have a game that I should probably turn down the volume of. And here we are.
You've only got a little time.
A little time,
Be
only
smart,
21 days.
keep safe, and come back alive if you can.
So the first thing you need to do is just gather up a bunch of stuff from the ground. Some berries. You can see you're already gathering XP just from picking up stuff off the ground, which is a good start. You don't get much, you get 25 for each thing. But then it's that or I think 30 for each swing of your pickaxe on some stone, so it's not that bad a trade-off, to be honest. Just picking up litter from the forest floor is actually a pretty reasonable way to get started. Your main goals here are to mainline to level 5, because then you can start making wood structures. Until that point, anything you make is going to be really flimsy and will be blown away way too quickly. Finding some caves is also useful. Unfortunately, they made it that you can't see on your map where you actually are anymore. You can kind of reference it at least, which is a good start. But, yeah, it's not quite as filled out. I think the idea is you need to discover radar at some point. I do actually have an image that I downloaded that'll show me where I am, which I'm going to pull up because I want to see where I am in relation to caves, if I can. Where did I put that stuff? It's somewhere. Yeah, good. So, what grid am I in? I'm in I-14. Okay, yeah, I'm in just the middle of nowhere, basically. Okay, so I think it was H14 down here somewhere was a cave. So I need to work towards that. The fact that they drop you down and you don't have any... I can make some tools at least. You don't have any like water bottles or stuff to keep you going. It'd be really nice if you did. So apparently you can equip this in here and it'll tick it over automatically, which I did not even realize. Don't know what goes in your auxiliary slot. Berries. Just gonna chomp away at a few of those as well. And we're just gonna keep picking things up for now. Grab some more oxite. So you can't breathe the air, so you have to gather up this oxite from around the place. Ignore the stuttering, because my computer struggles to play this even on medium settings. Now part of that is probably pre-release optimizations that need to happen. Part of that is just because it's a very big game and I have a very limited computer. So, I mean the minimum apparently is a 1060 if you want it to really look like dog shite, I guess. But if you want it to look nice, I mean I have an RTX 2070 and it struggles. Streamers I've been watching playing it on like 3080s and 3090s haven't had a problem with it. So it does very much depend on what your rig is like. I mean, let's be honest, it doesn't stutter much worse than down-patch Subnautica, so, you know. Like Subnautica, the map is handcrafted, it's not procedurally generated. That does mean that over time, repeat runs, you can learn where things are, like my previous thing. So I was saying before, I'm fairly sure my previous base was somewhere down here. Okay, something is bugged. It didn't show me leveling up. And my XP bars disappeared from up the top. That's cool. So we're going to grab a knife because that's handy. For skinning things, we're going to grab a campfire and a bedroll. Just basic stuff that you're going to need early on. So I'm never sure where to put my talents, quite frankly. Mining radius is really good, but also just boosting your stamina. You're always wanting stamina, especially early on when you're mining and stuff. There's my XP again, thank you, it's showing me it again. For some reason it just disappeared. So we've already leveled up once just by picking things up off the ground, which is a really good start. I'm gonna start gathering some better things, so it's some actual wood instead of just sticks. Getting lots of rocks and stuff. So, crafting, we can now make ourselves that knife. We can also make ourselves a campfire and just have it handy for when we can put it down somewhere. We can put that in there to keep us alive. Always useful. So previously I was making the mistake of building a little hut right by the cave that I found because it was convenient. Oh, hello. That's useful. Raccoons are really easy to kill. And the first thing you want to be aiming for in terms of getting furs and leather and meat to cook. Yeah, the mistake I was making previously was trying to build my house next to the cave, but you don't actually need to fill up on water often. So long as you know where it is, you can just run back there when you need to, drink up, and then go back to a safe place. The best place to put a safe place is right near your drop pod, because apparently the big aggressive creatures like bears and stuff are not meant to spawn in within like 200 meters of your drop pod. They might still wander a bit, but it is meant to be a bit of a safe place. So we can make ourselves a little clearing here by getting rid of all of this rubbish off the ground, in preparation of, in future, being able to put shelter up. I also made the mistake of making my shelter way too big, and that meant that when a storm came, I was having to run around like a madman and repair it. So we leveled up again, that's good. So that means we can now get stamina regen, which is nice. We don't really want to get too much more stuff. We don't even need a repair hammer yet. Oxidizers are good. Wood piles and stone piles are really good. Those allow you to put excess resources to the side. Oops, for safekeeping. Now the piles do take damage in the atmosphere when there's storms, so you still need to be mindful of that. But then you can protect them by building shelter over them, or around them. You can also, like, put just resource piles in caves. The reason you don't want to stick around the caves too long is because animals come by, and in the storms especially, I believe the predator animals and stuff do actually try to take shelter in the caves. Because I was always finding bears and wolves at my door every time that there was a storm. Now, where are we? We were there, so I believe, yeah, there was a cave down here, I think. There's a lake over here. So, unfortunately, we can't really make anything. So, the dangerous thing is if you die, you lose all your resources. And that's pretty bad. So what we're going to do is we're just going to craft a stone pile, because we can. And then we place that down there, and make a wood pile. And place that down here. So they're not protected from the environment, but they're nice and close to the dropship. If you die without a bedroll, you do re-drop, and you come down near your dropship. Grabbing some more oxygen and stuff. Ideally, I want to level up to their next level, get some more blueprints, and learn how to make a storage container, because then I can just chuck down one of those. Again, we'll take damage from the environment, but let's just chip away at this, I think. How are we for oxygen? We've already consumed all of that. What would be really nice is when you started that you actually had some water or something to keep you going. So what you can actually do, I think I've eaten away too much of this now, but to shelter from the weather, you can actually just hollow yourself out a little bit inside a stone like this. We'll see if we can do that. Showers are not going to be too detrimental anyway, I should be fine. It will complain that I'm exposed. You can see I'm running out of stamina a lot when I'm doing this. That's where the stamina upgrades are really good. Yeah, I just busted through there, but never mind. This might be enough to keep me sheltered. I mean, the storm itself hasn't actually started yet, so we're just going to keep running around. Let's just knock down this stump for now. So this beta weekend is all about the storms and making them more severe, adding in lightning strikes and stuff. You tend not to get those immediately, they kind of ramp up over time. So this storm I don't think is severe enough and will last long enough to actually be a concern for me. I can probably just keep going. Now what I am curious though is, are these piles taking damage? No, so this storm is not enough to cause them to take damage. That's good. Let's see if I can get shelter in this rock anyway. Did I do a good enough job? Yes. So my exposure meter is now ticking down. Inventory, here's your status effect. So you get slower movement speed when you're suffering from exposure. Kind of annoying. But never mind. So we're going to need water. So I'm going to have to go hunting for that. And basically I just have to dash and just run off to where I think water is. Hope that I don't get eaten by a bear and then come back again. I'm just going to do a bit of that. So I have enough stone now to build another pile, so I'll keep that aside. Early storms like this are really annoying because they kind of just stop you progressing. It would be nice if you had a little bit more of a grace period before the storms started happening. A lot of sticks. So the meat does spoil over time. I've got a little bit of time. Actually, I don't think I can... that's annoying. Might have to just take some exposure myself. Can I put the fire down? It's not going to be sheltered, is it? It's just going to blow out. Maybe if I make this a bit bigger. Will that be sheltered? One way to find out is just chuck in some of this fiber and the meat and try and cook it. Yeah, and it just went out. That's annoying, because that'll probably expire before I can use it. So the showers are passing. You can see by the meter up the top right, it's almost out of the storm band. And now it should just be like wind instead, I guess. Good, so this is now cooking. So hopefully it can cook before it spoils, would be nice. Standing too close to a fire also makes you hot. You can see bottom left there's a little meter that goes between cold and heat. I'm also now running out of water. This is almost finished. Then we're just going to make a mad dash to hopefully find water. Oh no, oops. Almost finished. There we go. Consumed. We're just going to leave that there because that seems to be protected. And which way are we wanting to go? We want to go east. Let's just dash. And it's a case of seeing if we can find... Really sure there's meant to be a lake over here. Hopefully I can find either a lake or a cave. I can also find berries, and they do keep me going. I just click my way through those, they will keep me going. There we go, just wolf down 20 berries, and they give me a small amount of hydration. So I think I want to be... Oh, I've gone too far north. I want to be in J14, I believe. So this is the annoying thing about where we're starting at the moment. Last time you started right next to a lake and it was really convenient. This time they've been a bit more punishing. And you are dropping further away from water. This is where the stamina comes in handy. Nice little ravine through here. This is kind of cool. Might be a good protected place to build a little hut or something. But I think I'm just going to stick with the idea of building my little settlement right by the drop pod instead. Oh, we'll see how long that resolution... There's a lake. Good. See how long that resolution lasts. If there's a really nice little island or something in the lake... I think the other lake had a better island. There's one further to the east instead. But for now we're just coming here to drink up, really. Unfortunately we don't get anything that we can use to store water in yet. I believe you do later, but there we go. So that fills you right up. Now I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be bears and shit around here, so probably don't want to build anything too close. I could catch some fish while I'm here. Hopefully. Hang on. These little bastards. Yeah, they bite. They're really annoying. So they're a good fish to collect. You don't get hide and stuff off them, obviously, but they're good just for food. So, let's just go back to base. Let's go west again. We'll just grab stuff off the ground as we go. I don't want to get bogged down too much in mining and stuff just yet. Not when we're far away from the drop pod, at least. That's right, I need to find that ravine again, I guess. You end up with so much just fiber and sticks. Fiber is kind of useless, but it's good for fuel because then it doesn't bother turning into... It doesn't turn into charcoal, so you don't have something to get rid of. Charcoal being useful later in the game, I'm sure, but not that useful at this stage. And it's easy enough to produce later when you need it. I really want to level up again so that I can get my next stamina upgrade. Probably maximum upgrade as opposed to that. As opposed to regeneration. Because ideally if it can last longer, then that's better. And then there's movement speed upgrades as well, which is the next thing to look at. Just being able to move around faster is also really good. Honestly, yeah, maybe I should have gone for the movement speed first. And then worried about stamina. Because I'm mostly leveling up at the moment by just picking shit up off the ground. Yeah, that's probably a good point, actually. Something to bear in mind for next time. Lots of sticks and stuff. So I haven't had any bear encounters, which is nice. They did do a hotfix, which was meant to help with the bear situation. Which is good, because I was getting my ass handed to me. I'm sure there'll still be some around, but... Okay, it's a bit too far north. There's the drop pod. Nice. I mean, if I can get to level 3, mostly just by gathering off the ground, then that's pretty good. And then I just know that I need to make a dash to either the east or west. Just in order to get water. There is also a cave down in J15, but that's a lot further away. More serious storms are also not going to be staved off by my little stone that I've got there. I might be able to make a better shelter in these rocks though. That's actually quite a big rock. So I might be able to hollow out a good area in here actually. Actually multiple stones looks like. It's kind of weird. Might actually be big enough for a bedroll to fit in. Be good. Though the more severe storms will also affect those. They've got to be like further away, deeper into shelter to be protected. I'm hoping that maybe this is a big enough stone that it'll count. Just want to make sure I don't go all the way through to the other side. Oh, there's a level up again, that's good. So talent, solo. So stamina or movement speed. I'm also wanting to get to this one here, decrease oxygen hunger and thirst costs. Then harder to detect while sneaking is also kind of good. Don't care about increased storm detection really. Things weighing less in inventory is kind of nice. Extra health is also kind of nice. I'll just do movement speed for now. I've got more blueprint points as well, so I can actually make like a little container maybe to keep things in. Which would be good just in case I do die from a bear or something. I'm not sure how far it saw me. All of a sudden not sneaking anymore. Doesn't worry. Not sure how far back I can take this without going out the other side. It's actually quite a ways in. Oh, there's a deer right there. How am I still still? Not for long. What? Yeah, this is pretty far back. I think I can take it a little bit back further as well. I mean, I just need to be able to crouch inside, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Can't make a bedroll yet anyway, I don't think, because I don't have the hide and stuff required. Oh yeah, I can just clip into this and see my progress. There we go. That's how far I've got. Yeah, so I probably don't want to take it back too much further. But I should be able to put a bedroll down in here. Cool. And then instead of that rock over there, I could always hollow out this one for the campfire and have it just across from where I'm sleeping. I could also just hollow out an area and maybe have my if I make some wood piles and stuff, then they might be protected. I think they need to work on not having things clip so badly. In a lot of cases where you get trees being spawned inside rocks, I feel the density of all the ferns and stuff, I think the density of those could be lowered. It would help with performance. Oh yeah, you can freely repair things whenever you run them down without having to worry. Need to put more oxygen in here. I actually need to go mine some more as well. So this can be my cooking stone, maybe. I don't actually need much for that, like the other one is sufficient. Actually, when are these 124 seconds? I need to cook those. Because they take time to cook, so half of those are already going to spoil now, probably. It's a shame. Let's run over here and fish. Activate. Chuck some fibers in there too. So you get a ton of fiber. Oh, there's a wolf over there. See if I lure him closer. Wolves I can take at this level. Hi. Here to attack me? You can throw your knife too. So they do damage to you, but you do more to them. Didn't even wound me. That's good. So that gives me some more leather and hide. I might even be able to make... I'm not going to bother. You can clear out the carcasses for bones, but I'm not going to bother with that. That'd be rubbish. I could make myself a bone knife. I think bone knives are actually better. So grab those, and then let the others cook, and then just keep them aside. Things that are cooked do last longer in your inventory. Which is a good start. I need to find some oxide rocks to actually just in time to mine so that I don't run out of oxygen. Almost ready. Cool. Normally find oxide rocks pretty freely. There's the ones I was picking off the ground, and yeah, there's some over here, sure enough. So we can just chip away at these. Gives you 30 XP for each bash, same as stone. More precious materials like copper and iron and stuff give you more. Let's just pop that in there. So I can probably make a bedroll by now too, actually. Crafting, bedroll. Ah, I need 3 more leather? Okay, I need to kill another raccoon or something. Ooh, that's all my oxide. So let's just put all of that going. Getting low on water again. So it's just going to be a periodic thing that I have to run to the lake and back. That's alright. Be nice if I could find another raccoon conveniently. Or another wolf. Well, I can take wolves on. Over here. It's a case of if I can sneak up on it. You can throw your knife, but it's probably also run away by the time I even get there. It's that fast. Yeah, let's put the scarf. There's a deer over there. Deers have a lot of hit points though. I just want to grab the raccoons. Case of maybe I should make a bow and arrow. I kind of don't want to bother, because the knife does better damage against most things and doesn't require the time to aim. Of course, it also means you have to get up close and personal with them, so there's that. But can make better arrows as well, I guess. Right, you can get bow and arrow, but only at level 5. Let's do some more deforestation. Okay, so after you level up your run speed and stuff, then maybe you can actually just chase down raccoons and shit. Would be nice. Well, let's go back over here anyway. I was preparing things. Leveling up would be nice too, though. So here's my little rockery. So that will be for bedrolls. I need to move the campfire, actually. Could also hollow out one for just storage, maybe. Got those things by my drop pod, but they are not protected at all. If I hollow out the bottom of this, then maybe I can put some stone piles underneath it. Then I'll just store it for later. I mean, if the stone piles don't survive, it's kind of irrelevant. Because you just mine more. It's like, oh no, I need to mine more things and get more XP. What a shame. So it's kind of not the end of the world. Yeah, okay. So the kind of idea at the moment is I'm just going to save up blueprint points if I can for when I can get wood structures. Once we get the alert that water is low, we'll just scoff a bunch of berries and make a run to the lake again. We could even run off the other direction and go to the cave instead. But I think cave water is more likely to give you an infection now. Okay, we're near the edge of the rock now, I think. Well, this one was just for storing things anyway, so crafting. You can pretty much only fit one thing in there. Yeah. Maybe on top if I chisel away a bit more up the top here. Maybe we can stack another one. Yeah, perfect. Cool. And we'll make 2 more and just sit in front. They won't be protected in front, I doubt, but I kinda don't care. There we go. Right. Can I chase down this raccoon? I have a lot of stamina. I have more stamina than he does. Nice. And that should give me enough to build a bedroll. And also some more meat. So what I think I need to do now is make a run to the lake. Let's just put these. I can eat that. Split stack and consume stack. Keeps my water going a bit. I just have a ton of berries. I would have the run so bad, just saying. I need some more leather for the oxidizer too, but that's fine. It's less of a concern because I can just keep doing this. Oxidizers are good in your bases, because they just provide a steady production of oxygen and are more efficient. But also just having the excuse to just constantly be mining for the oxide is not a bad thing. Almost finished. Then we just take one deactivated again. Cool. And we'll just chuck some more fiber in here just to keep that stocked up. We have so much fiber, it's absurd. Oh, hello wolf. I was needing more. I was not expecting a wolf to come this close to the drop pod. That's kind of concerning. Level up. The other one. That's enough leather for the oxidizer now, probably. Should probably actually hollow out another rock and put some storage. Just repair that. Repairing doesn't cost materials, but it does take stamina. Kind of an odd thing. Let's see if I can make a nice hollow in here to put like a storage container. Getting some weird light effects coming through. Getting a lovely sunset. You do get some really nice screenshots from this game, that's for damn sure. Not sure if there's a hide UI option, like button or something. I don't think there is. It's kind of a shame. So, tick tree. So small wooden crates are kind of useless, but they are good at this stage of the game. Reduce damage from animals could be useful too, to be honest. Let's just do the movement speed. So we're going to get the small wood crate blueprint just so that we can store some stuff for the time being. So we can stick this in here and it'll be a little bit protected. And we can just put the likes of... Oh, we can put our bedroll down too. We can just put our hide and leather and other things that we don't want to lose. And maybe just some sticks and wood, just things that we have currently. So we don't have to, if we die, we don't have to go gathering for it again. Fish will be the next thing to eat. Actually, fish is better for health. That's interesting. Better for health, not for food. Interesting. Very interesting. So let's put our bedroll down. We want to make a run for the lake. Cool. Set spawn. So let's make a run for the lake again. So we go west, I believe it was. To west? No, east. East. Get it right. Constantly getting those backwards for some reason. So we just charge through the undergrowth and just grab a bunch of stuff as we go, purely just to not waste the time. It's kind of a case of the closer we get to the next level, the better. If we get attacked by a bear, then we're screwed, and we lose all of the XP gained towards the next level. So we'll hope that that doesn't happen. Probably also need to get some more oxide too, eh? Gather some off the ground for now. A great storm incoming. Oh, it's just winds. Minor winds. I think we can deal with minor winds. At least we hope we can deal with minor winds. They probably do also slow me down, the same as anything else, but we can always just dig ourselves out a little shelter while we're over here, because why not? The first order of business is getting to the lake. There's a wolf. The levels seem meaningless, because like level 31 should be really formidable, but it was just like nothing. Oh, hi. Yeah, and then I'm stuck in the animation. Let's just eat a bunch of berries just to get us up, because otherwise I think being thirsty does also slow you down. And the weather is already slowing me down, so let's come down here and drink up. And then we'll go back up and dig ourselves a little shelter. Kind of useful having a few shelter rocks just scattered around, I think. Yeah, find a rock big enough though. You might do. Some bauxite as well while I'm at it. If it had been anything other than just winds, I probably would have made a shelter immediately. Wow, winds or showers. They are the minor ones. We'll get really big ones later. We want to have a house by then, ideally. Are we sheltered yet? There we go, we're sheltered now. Flip into it. And once again, it's just a bit annoying to just be stuck here. I mean, we'd probably be able to just run back, to be honest. It's not too far to go. We're gonna lose all of this meat from those wolves because we can't cook it. But whatever. It is what it is. So much fiber. So I'm fairly sure even if I put a campfire right in front of me, it's not going to be protected. And I would just get really hot even if I did. So we may as well just destroy that now anyway, to be honest. Just free up the inventory space. And we can take a look at our tech tree while we're waiting. So we're wanting to get to the wood stuff, wood beams, floors. Once you get floors, walls, and beams, you can make a little hut. And that's all you need. And then ideally doors as well, to close yourself off from the environment. I guess I should probably look into some of these things as well. Keep some aside, antiseptics maybe. kind of don't intend to get to the point of needing those though. And then tier 2 you get some good stuff. That's where you get a crossbow, which is a lot more accurate and more powerful than a normal bow. And then ideally you really want to get to, well, there's armor as well, kind of nice. Just be able to get a little bit of extra insulation and damage reduction from things. And then the, where is it? Masonry bench. So then you can make stone. Stone is much more resilient against weather, I believe. You can get trapdoors and stuff, but I don't know if you can get ladders. I'm not sure whether or not you just interact with it and climb through. Maybe you do. I should try that. Yeah, I should try that when I get the ability to, once I get to level 5. Oh, storm's pretty much gone now. So we've got our little thing there. I was hoping to sleep tonight, so let's see if we can... Oh, hello, another wolf. There we go. So that will hopefully last. While I'm at it, let's get this oxide. We're almost at level 5 now, which is good. So I imagine the next storm is going to be when things start ramping up. I don't know. It could also be that your level determines how strong the storms are. I'm not sure if they tied that in. On the one hand, it would be good if that's the case. On the other hand, I don't like it when things get harder just because you level up. I think it's a pretty lazy mechanic when that happens. It's nice being over-leveled sometimes. I feel that certain things should become pretty much academic as you get stronger, without having to worry about constantly curving. But having certain levels be a lower limit for things does also make some sense. This oxide is growing out of a stone, it seems. I have noticed that happen a lot. They've got rid of the oxide node. They do respawn, I believe, but I think if you destroy something entirely, it will come back. If you leave it partially done, like a little shelter rock, then I believe it doesn't heal, so to speak. So let's just repair that and that for now. And fill this up there. And let's just go back. We were hoping to actually sleep tonight. I don't know if there's any ill effects from not sleeping. Like, the bedroll pretty much just seems to exist as a respawn mechanic. I don't know if it actually makes a difference, but, you know. It's kind of miserable just running around at night because you can hardly see anything, so as will make it a more pleasant viewing experience. And now that we're level 5 rather, we can start looking at how to build houses. I should probably also grab the next stamina thing too, actually. Well, actually what I'll do is grab the decreased oxygen, hunger and thirst costs. It only highlights the top one, even though it's 1 out of 2. So I don't know if that talent even works, or if it's bugged and only affects the thing that's highlighted. I'm not sure. Here's the drop pod. Here's my Bedroom. Into bed. And I'm clipping through everything. And it's now 7 o'clock. And out we go. Cool. Well, that was productive. So when you sleep, it doesn't advance the timers on these things, which is interesting, and you also don't get more thirsty or more hungry, I don't think, which is interesting. On the one hand, it'd be nice if they do add something like that, but on the other, I can kind of appreciate that it doesn't. So, time to unlock wood beam, wood floor. I'm gonna try the trapdoor thing. Don't know if I care about ramps just yet. Just get a door as well. I want ramp if I want railings, and railings are kind of cool. That's cool.